So till now we could complete numbers, strings, variables. In today's session we will talk about operators. So already we are familiar with some of them, arithmetic operators, plus, minus, multiplication, division, etc., etc. So along with the variables, operator as it is has got no importance. It has to be combined with some expression or the other. So variable, as we have discussed in the previous class, variable is a memory location where we store a value, and that value we can change in the program. Because of that, it is called as variable. Variable is something which can vary as part of our program. So to vary, to make that value change, we need some operation to be performed. So that operation can be done with the help of operators. We have different types of operators: arithmetic operators, logical operators, binary operators, etc., etc. So let us try to observe some of them.
Sir?
Yes?
Sir, in strings you missed some concepts, sir.
Okay. What are those?
String formatting.
Okay. So what do you mean by string formatting?
String formatting means we want to format the string, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can you elaborate a bit?
ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా సంథింగ్ హలో అని ఇచ్చామనుకో సార్ ప్రింట్ లో, హలో ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మనకి అది లెస్ దాన్ 20 అని ఇస్తే అది 20 స్పేసెస్ తర్వాత హలో అని ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది. అలా ఫార్మాట్ చేయడం.
Right. So when you want to print a string, we want to print it in a particular way. Okay. So we will talk about that string formatting when we do some programs on it. Then we will explain again.
In variables you missed multiple assignments, sir.
Okay. Right. Multiple assignments. Okay. Right. So okay. Earlier we have seen, if I continue with the same thing here, we could, till now in all the discussion, we were only assigning one value to one variable in a statement. So A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, okay. C is equal to say 30. So the moment I type this and press enter, the Python interpreter will execute it, and depending upon what you do, it will treat it accordingly. I am not printing it. I am only initializing values to variables one at a time. A is equal to 10, enter. B is equal to 20, enter. C is equal to 30, enter. Okay. Now suppose I have say 10 variables, 20 variables, etc. It becomes difficult for me to again initialize each variable like that. I can use a for loop, but loops we haven't started yet. So is there any other mechanism? Okay, so one mechanism is multiple assignment. Say, since I have already used ABC, let me use x comma y comma z is equal to say 34, 78, 50, some numbers. So this is assignment operator. Now if we write like this, there are two possibilities: x, y, z, 1, 2, 3 can be assigned to 34, 78, 53. 1, 2, 3. The other possibility, reverse, z may be assigned to 34, y may be assigned to 78, x may be assigned to 53. Either way. So, but in Python interpreter, let us see how whether this is valid or not. In the first case, let us see. Okay. It did not give me any error. we have seen earlier also, if something mistake happens, accordingly it is giving us different kinds of errors: syntax error, name error, value error, etc., etc. So when interpreter doesn't display anything, which means you, whatever instruction that you have given, whatever statement that you have typed, it is correct. Now let us print the values of them. So what it is taking, X is initialized to 34, Y initialized to 78, Z is initialized to 53. X, Y, Z, 34, 78, 53. So this is called as multiple assignments. Okay. No, second category. Now here these values are different. So you are taking 3 different variables to store 3 different values. Now suppose you want multiple variables having the same value. Okay. For example,
Sir,
say, yes.
sir, if we print only X or if the outcome will be in 34 or not, sir?
Okay, let us test that. Okay, that is also correct. Good.
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay. Now, suppose I say U is equal to V is equal to W is equal to say 89. Now let me print those values. So this is also multiple assignment. The difference here, the variable values are different. Here, the variable values are same. Let us see one more option. ABC have used XYZ UVW. Okay, L M N is equal to 50. Left hand side I am giving 3 variables. Right hand side I want to give only 1 variable. I don't know what are the values of M and N. Let us see whether this is correct or not. Right. It is not saying syntax error. It is saying something else. Type error cannot unpack a non-iterable int object. So what is iterable object? What is non-iterable object? We did not discuss now. When we discuss about iterable objects, we will again tell what this is. So even though when you are not giving equal number of literals on the right hand side for this, we expect it to be a syntax error, but it is not giving a syntax error. It is giving something else. That means whatever you have typed is syntactically correct, but it is expecting something else in place of 50. It is expecting an iterable object which can unpack it. That means what? Maybe in a packet you will be having 3 variables. The moment 3 values, the moment you give 3 variables, it will open the packet, give values for all the 3 variables. So when we talk about other types, we will see. So it is a type error. So type errors generally it will come when you try to do something with the data type. So this again, this provision, some programming languages support, some do not support. So this is multiple assignment.
Sir, can we assign L equal to 10, 20, 30, sir, like that, sir? Can you
Okay,
assign?
so these are multiple instructions. So let us check that also. Okay, L is equal to 10, M is equal to 45, M is equal to 67. Now this is out of the context of this. Why? There are all different instructions. All the 3 instructions we are putting in one line. Let us check whether they are valid or not. It is syntax error now. Okay, so what we can tell now, in an instruction, in one statement, you can give only one instruction at a time. So what is
Sir,
that
if we
one?
put a con between them, sir.
Okay, commas, right, good. That is the next step. I put comma here. Okay. This. The previous one was syntax error. It is invalid syntax. Now also it is syntax error. Cannot assign to literal. So if you come from learning C and coming to Python, now in C or Python we end a statement with a semicolon. Okay, so if you say printf something semicolon, we go to the next line, do something, etc. Okay, that semicolon is a statement terminator in the other language. Now here, I think till now we have not used semicolon anywhere. We have used, I think, colon to identify that something is part of a block. A group of instructions we combine as a block. Maybe in if condition colon we have used, but we haven't used semicolon till now.
So we can use semicolon here, sir.
Here?
We can use semicolon here, sir.
Here, okay, okay.
It will work, sir.
Right, let us check it. Okay. Right. It is working. Let us print the values. L, M, N. Right. It is working. 10, 45, 67. Okay. Now, so what we can do, semicolon now, we can divide them into multiple statements and put everything in one line. Right. Now how to remember all these things? Initially, we started with multi-line, multiple, etc., etc. It only comes through practice. Okay. So, in fact, I would not have given like this unless someone has told that it will work. I would have left it as a quiz. Maybe later on, next week or day before next week, I would have given that and asked you what is the output, something like that. Okay, so some things, unless you ask, we don't want to disclose, either intentionally or unintentionally. We want you to practice it. Right? So let me add those things here, variable. We can assign yeah. Is there any common word? Multiple assignment is possible in Python. So what is meant by multiple assignments? Okay, that all whatever we have discussed till now, all that comes there. Right, so anything else we have missed in strings? Okay, let me put it here so that it, string formatting. String formatting, that is pending. Let us put it in some other color. Okay. So any more questions? operators. So before starting operators, any doubts, any questions?
Roll number 6 is not there, right? Roll number 6 is not there. Roll number 6.
Now let us see what are operators. So we have different types of operators. We have different classifications. Let us look at some few classifications. Arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators include plus, minus, division, exponential, modulo operator, etc., etc. Anything related to mathematics, they come under arithmetic operators. Plus, minus, this is multiplication, division, 2 slashes. This will give us the quotient, 2 slashes, percentage, which will give us the remainder, 2 asterisk, it is for exponential. And there could be some more arithmetic operators. Next. Logical operators. Logical operators include and, or, not, exclusive or, exclusive or, etc. And, etc. This we have discussed in the very beginning classes, logical gates. Whether all of them work in Python or not, we have to see. I don't know. I think some AND or we have used using print statement. We have checked this. Not, we did not use. That is left for you to practice. See whether they work or not. If they don't work, we'll remove it from the slide. But you have to see it to understand whether they're available or not. So these are logical operators.
If not, you can give 0 for the okay. Actually, this is the problem with section B7 and B8.
Relational operators. So relational includes less than, greater than, not equal to, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, all of them. Exclamation is not equal to, comparison. So these are relational operators. Ampersand, okay. Next, bitwise operators. So bitwise operators means they act on individual bits. Bit is nothing but binary digit 0 and 1. So again, those AND or not also will come into picture, but we use different symbols. Ampersand is bitwise operator. Bitwise AND operator. This pipe symbol is bitwise or operator. This is bitwise not operator. So they act on bits.
Left shift, right shift.
Right, okay. Shift operators. So something like this. Shift operators. So what they shift the bits either to the right hand side or left hand side. So let us check it. Shift operators, we will check it on the Python. What is right operator? What is left shift operator?
So you made complement.
Complement is this one, no?
Yes, sir.
So this can be called as complement. Both are same.
Unary operators.
Mhm.
Unary operators.
Unary operators. Okay. So this is one category. Then this another category is based on how many operands that you supply. Binary operator. Binary operators means it takes two operands. All this, they are binary operators. So plus you need A plus B. A and B are the two operands. Similarly, and or. So you condition and another condition. So two operands. Not is a unary operator. Binary operator, unary operator. So this classification, binary or unary, is based on how many operands you give to the operator. So yesterday we discussed about pre-increment and post-increment, which was working in C, but it is not working in Python. So their pre-increment, post-increment, they come under unary operator. Whereas in Python, we don't have pre-increment, post-increment. So unary operators can be not. So it is just one condition. Before that condition, not. One condition is the operand there. Similarly, complement and not. So complement, you take only one operand. So they are unary operators. There is one more called as ternary operator. Ternary operator takes three operands. Again, ternary operator, there is only one ternary operator, I suppose, in Python also. Some name is there, exclamation colon will be there. Conditional operator, I think. Ternary operator is called as conditional. We will see, we will check that in Python. Okay, so this classification is based on how many operands that you give.
The membership operators.
How many operands, right? So membership operators in in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So if you observe carefully, for previous things we are using symbols, except for this logical, where we are using the characters. For other operators, symbols are used. There are some more operators like logical and membership, which don't use symbols.
What
But
are membership operators?
Right. We'll see later when we discuss the topic of set, SET, set. In mathematics, we know what is meant by set.
Yes, sir. Set of natural numbers, set of prime numbers.
Right. Set of natural numbers. We put curly braces.
Yes, sir.
So set is a type in Python. So in Python, we are not confined only to these data types. Where are the data types? I believe we have written data types somewhere, right? Int, float, and string, str, string, complex. These are not the only types. There are plenty more. Okay, so when we keep on introducing more and more data types, with the data type, what do? We create a variable. with a variable, what is how to change that value? We need operators. Okay, so all these operators are for that. So membership operators like set, I think in something else are also not in.
Not in.
Okay. Negation of in is not in. So whether a value is there in a particular set or not, so it will return true or false. So that is in is a membership operator. So this
Identity operators.
identity operators, right? Identity. Okay. So what is identity operator?
Is.
Hmm?
Is, sir, is.
Is. Okay. So to explain identity operator, we have to tell something what is called as object and all. So we will again leave the discussion to later topics. So this slide we keep on adding. The moment we introduce a new data type, we have to find out what are the operators that work on the data type. We will see whether those operators fit into this or not. If they fit, fine. We give some examples and see how that operator works. If it is not there, we include that operator here, and we also tell what is the class to which this operator belongs to, and we will give suitable explanation for it. Okay. Now,
So right now we're using only arithmetic, logical, rational
right.
operators.
Right now we are using only these two, and also this we did not use much except for if condition. Only in one context we have used that to end on or. We did not use any of this. We don't know whether they are there or not. It is for you to find out.
Okay, sir.
Okay. This also
Actually, they are not working, sir.
right. They will not
We have
be
to
there.
uppercase capital X, sir.
Check it. I don't know. You check it. It is case.
I tried that also, sir. It's not working.
Which
Yes,
one?
sir.
This.
X or X not,
Right.
and nothing, sir. Not they
Right.
working.
Right. Good.
Sir, I think
So,
only the and or and not operator
Yeah,
works, sir,
not
because
right.
there
not
only those
also
three
not
are the
working, sir.
basic gates, no, sir.
Right. Right. So let us.
Not also not working, sir. Actually,
Let us
I
strike
tried
it
that
for the
also.
time being. Let us see it later.
Okay,
Do
sir.
we have to import any module to make that operators work and all? We'll see. We have discussed about modules except for math. In some class, we have imported math and worked with some functions.
Yes,
Whether
sir.
module contains operators also, let us see later. We will find out. If it's not there, we will remove it. No problem. So till now we are only confined to this because we only those data types are given to you. We did not discuss much about sets, tuples, etc. So dictionaries, sets, tuples, etc. is not there. We did not cover. So when those data types come, we will add some more operators also. Okay. You can just practice. I don't think any explanation is required how these operators work. Okay, except for shift. For shift operators, okay, if time permits, let us see. Otherwise, we will leave it. We will leave for some other class.
So only one. So we have only currently 4 students out of 49.
So if you are there connected with laptop, just do some experimentation. See if you are getting any errors when you use something, and try to understand what that error is. If you still can't figure it out, we will just implement it
That's what
here.
I'm saying. I called some members. Those students are not there. Only 49. Okay, 49 students. What now? Sharma, sir.
Right. So someone has asked what is the mechanism of this asterisk. Let us implement, check it. So exponential print 2. So it is power of 2 to the power of 3 is 8. Okay. So again, I get doubt whether they work only for integers. Will they work for float? Let us check. It is working for float as well. Now again, next question comes. Do they work only for positive numbers? Will they work for negative numbers also?
Can you share your screen? Can you share your screen now? I want to know.
Let us check for minus 2 to the power 4, minus 16. What if I give this as minus 4? So it is actually 1 by 4. Let us check it once again. 4. Suppose if I give it as minus 2. Every time it is giving only 0.625. Anything wrong in my statement?
No,
Let's
sir.
check.
It's actually 1 by 16, sir. That's why 0.625.
Let us see. If I give like this, 9 to the power of, is it 1 by 2 or minus 2? Something else is calculated. 9 to the power of minus 2. Let us use
1 by
calculator.
81, sir.
1 by
Acha. Okay, right. Okay, 1 by 81, right. So 1 by 81 is this one. Let us check it, calculator. Right. Where you closed it by mistake. So 1 divided by 81. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Yes, sir, it's true.
Right.
It calculated one more number extra.
One more also. So it is taking positive, negative, floating values also. One thing one more thing. What if I give print minus 2 exponential 2? Why it is giving negative number? Minus 2 into minus 2, it has to give plus 4, no?
So like I think it's taking the power first, then a symbol next, sir.
Sorry?
First, it will take exponent, sir, according to operator precedence.
Right. So there is a word called as precedence. Good. Okay, good. Now if I have to put it for minus 2, no? Sorry. So now if I put it like this, it is 4. So now there is a word called as precedence, operator precedence. So this operator precedence will come into picture when you combine more than one operator in one expression. Okay, so the interpreter gets confused. What has to be evaluated first? Suppose if I just, for simplicity, can I change the font? Let me see. Okay, no, this is looks okay. Suppose if I say 3 plus 4 minus 5 into 8. So in one expression, I am combining multiple operators. For the time being, I am combining arithmetic operators. Now the interpreter, now how do you calculate? Like it is given to you,
We calculate using DMAS rule.
right? So
BODMAS.
we are taught in the basic, maybe in the school level, that there is something called as BODMAS rule. Brackets, open brackets, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, something, some rule is kept into your mind that if some expression is given, you have to follow in certain way. So you are taught that if something is like this, you have to first multiply it. You have to give preference to multiplication. So 5 into 8, 40, minus, then 3 plus 4, 7. So if this problem is given to an examination, this is how you calculate. You first give preference to multiplication, then for the other operators. So you have manually, if you do, you should get minus 33 as the answer. So let us do this. Let's see what this will do. This is also giving the same thing. So here also it is fitted in Python or any programming language. We use a word called as precedence. Precedence is nothing but priority. P-R-I-O-R-I-T, priority. BODMAS. Okay. Right. Fine. Okay. BODMAS rule or PEDMAS BODMAS rule. Right. Okay. Priority. So precedence means priority. So which operation has to be performed first? We give a priority. So when I say like this earlier, minus 2 exponential 2. Okay. So what I expected was, I am expecting it is minus 2 multiplied by minus 2. So I thought in that way. And my answer should be 4. Negative, negative 4. But what interpreter is doing, it is first evaluate. This is taken as a unary operator.
Unary minus
Unary, minus stands for sign. So this is taken as sign. Okay. Generally, minus is a binary operator. It takes 2 operands, 4 minus 5. But here, you did not supply any operand here. Before minus, there is nothing here. So that it treats it as a sign. So you are talking of negative number. So negative number, nothing but unary operator. There is only one operand. What is that operand? This value. So 2 exponential to 2 to the power 2, 4. To 4, it is attaching the sign minus. That's all. So it is calculating 2 to the power 2 and just attaching minus to it. So here it is a unary operator, sign, here minus binary operator. Okay. So when you are given multiple operations in one expression, precedence will come into picture, precedence of the operator. If I want to overcome the precedence, okay, if I want to overcome the precedence, so to overcome the precedence, what we are doing, we are putting brackets. So I don't want minus n, I want the power of minus 2. minus 2 to the power 2. I want to find out. So I'm putting brackets. This is what we will also do in regular expression. Okay. So this parenthesis will remove the precedence of the operator. So now what it will do, interpreter minus 2 multiplied by minus 2 2 times. So precedence, we have a big list. This is for arithmetic operators. Now, can I combine arithmetic, logical, relational, binary, all this into one expression? You can. So there are some messages in the chat. Let me just see what they are. Where is the chat Zoom window? Right. So difference between single slash and double slash. Okay. And let us take 7 by 3. This is division operator. So 7 by 3, it will calculate and it will give you whatever is the complete result. This is the floating value. If I put 2 forward slashes, it will give me only the quotient. Only the integer part will be given. So the integer part is only the fraction. Is nothing but the quotient. Suppose I want only the remainder. I want the fraction part. Okay. I want not the fraction, but the remainder of it. For remainder, I use percentage. It is modulo operator. Is there any operator to get the fraction? So I could get the quotient. I could get the remainder. Is there any way I can get the fraction?
No, sir.
Okay, so suppose I have given a problem. I want a fraction when you divide some number with another number. So how do we do it? We combine, we put it as an expression. So just let us see. Print. Let me use parenthesis for the time being. 7 by 3 minus something like this. 7. Let us see whether we can get it or not. Okay. Right. So someone is raising their hand. Bhavani, you have any question to ask?
No.
Right. No, I have saw a couple of times that you are raising hand in the participants list. I thought you have some doubt. Okay. So print, the print function, it will not, as you can see now, it will print the evaluation part of the expression. So this is nothing but an expression. You are doing something, you are combining and all, and that expression will have a value, the resultant. So the print is printing the resultant of it. It is not printing as it is. Suppose I want to print that as it is, I put them in as a string, double quotes. So the moment you put double quotes, everything is treated as a string. Whatever you put inside, it will be printed. If you don't put double quotes, it will treat this as an expression. The resultant of that expression will be printed. Same is the case here. It is an expression. The result of the expression is getting printed. Right. So if to get a result, if you have an operator, we use the operator. If you don't have an operator, we try to find out how to get that, and then we write it as an expression and try to get our result. This is all we do in Python, in any programming language. Let me see if there are any other questions. Right, so Akhil Sai, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right.
Yes, sir.
Any other doubts?
Nothing.
So if I Google search, right. So there are different categories: membership, identity, etc. Assignment we did not discuss here. So this is nothing but, so if you don't want X to be repeated, you can write like this. So if it is a single character, it doesn't, both, it is okay, just addition of one character. But sometimes this can be a big expression. Big expression, you want to modify something to it, then this will be convenient. We will use all these things in our programming. We said relation operator, it is showing as comparison operators. Both are same, relation or comparison. We compare. Relation means how is one value related to the other. Is it less than, is it greater than, is it equal to? Another name for this, that's all. Logical operators, as you can see, only 3 are given, and or not. Okay, so the X or X not or is not given. Identity operators, same as object. We did not tell you what is an object, so for the time being, leave it. Membership operators, depending upon the sequence. Again, the word object is used, so leave it, whatever object is there. Bitwise operators. Here, there is something called as XOR. Right? There is no logical XOR operator, but there is a bitwise XOR operator, gap. And right shift, left shift. That also we will see later when the thing comes. Right. So let's see what is chat. Nothing but XOR operator. Yes, we can we check this symbol? Okay, let us check it. Now that someone has asked, let us check it. So they are bitwise operators. First, we need to see how to create bits. Okay, let us just check it once. Let me use a calculator for the time being. Someone is putting in chat. Okay, let us first with bitwise operators and then we'll come to it. So I need another kind of calculator. Programmer calculator. Okay, let me take 8 and try to convert that into binary. So it is showing it 8 is represented as 1000. So already long time back we know how to convert a decimal number into binary number. We keep on dividing with 2 and we get it. Or we can just say 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 1, 2, 2 power 3. So this 2 power 3 is 8. So let me just put 8 here. Let me apply OR operator or bitwise operator. So OR bitwise operator symbol, let us symbol, I think is this one. Gap. and let me use 4, and I want to print this. Okay, now let us see, before getting the output, let us see how does this get done. So 8 decimal number is equal to, let me write the binary. So it is 0.
You can ask individually if they show you, you can also ask them question number. So based on the question, you can.
So 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3.
Please want to work out
Let me take another number 4,
we are seeing
a decimal number. 4, when you convert that into binary, it should become 0, 0, 1. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 4. I am using OR operator. OR binary operator. This is OR. So what is OR operator? Bitwise. It is bitwise OR operator. 0 or 0, output is 0. 0 or 0, output is 0. 0 or 1, output is 1. 1, there is nothing here. So when there is nothing, you can, the interpreter will put it as 0 for you. Any number of zeros you put here, the value doesn't change. So what is the output for this? It is 1. So when you convert this into a decimal number, what will be the value of this? So 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2 is 4, 2 power 3 is 8. It should give me as 12 as the answer. Equal to the base 10. Let us check whether we are getting an output like this or not. So bitwise OR operator. Now let us check bitwise AND operator. Same thing. Now instead of OR, let us put it as AND. Let us put it as AND. 0 into 0 and 0 is 0. 0 and 0 is 0. 0 and 1 is 0. 1 and 0 is 0. So it is nothing but the number is 0. I am putting 10 to tell that it is a decimal number. So let us check it whether you are getting answer the same or not. So these are bitwise operators. They work on bits. Now let us use cap here because it is bit. We wanted to use cap now. Let us use cap. So what is XOR? Let me use the same things for convenience. Cap is nothing but XOR. So exclusive OR. What is exclusive OR? I forgot the truth table. Let us check. Anyone remembers the truth table of XOR? Exclusive OR?
Both are false or true means false, sir. Otherwise true, sir.
If both are same.
False or true.
Okay.
Yes, the same.
If both are same, output is 1.
False, yes, sir. 0.
Output is 0. If any one is, if the two are different, then it is 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Then it is more or less like OR, no?
opposite to OR function, sir.
We can do one.
It is,
The students are not there in the lab means,
but OR
Opposite to OR function.
opposite to OR function.
I'm not other than the PD class as well.
Sir, opposite to our function
Yes,
ఉంది
sir.
sir.
Okay, so can I say that if both are same, output is 1.
Okay. Is it okay for
If they are not same, output is 0. Can I tell that as exclusive or? Let us see. I don't know. Let us check it. So what will be the value for this? So it is 2 power 0, 1, 2 power 1, 2. So 2 plus 1, 3 to the base 10. So let us check. Symbol is this one. Oh, no, it is again kept 12. So what I said is wrong. So it is not this.
Otherwise, we can do one thing. So.
Now, when ambiguity is there, let us check the truth table for XOR. Right. I think somewhere here.
So every week.
So when both are same, output is 0. When they are different, output is 1. It is reverse of it. When both are same, output is 0. When they are different, output is 1. If I apply the same thing here, when both are same, output should be 0. When they are different, output should be 1. Okay. Now, in this example, 8 and 4, whether use OR, whether use exclusive OR, you are getting 12 only as the answer. Right. Now, how to now convince that OR is different from XOR? We have to take a suitable example where here also you put 1. Then what will be this value? 8 plus 4, this is 12. And 8. So let us apply OR and exclusive OR for 8 and 12 and see where is the comparison. So if you are there with the laptop, you can just make a try and see whether you are getting different outputs or still you are getting the same output. So cap is for exclusive OR, it performs like this. Any more doubts? Okay, someone is asking, can we use bin function to get binary? Okay, functions, let us check it. Can I use print bin of 8? So bin function is working. So 0b tells me that whatever is being displayed is a binary number. So you can use bin function to convert a decimal number into binary number. So once you have binary, can we have other kinds of functions as well? Can I have hexadecimal function? Okay, for 8, hexa is both hexa
I
and
used once, can I?
Just a minute. Now, for 10, those who know what is hexadecimal in numbering system, they can tell that 10 decimal number is equal to a hexadecimal. Right. So you can use bin to convert a decimal number into binary number. And as a user, how do I know that this is 1000 or binary or octal something is displayed. It is an indication that this is a binary number. Right, so I'm stopping my screen share. Someone said they wanted to share their screen. They can.
I used 8 cap 10, sir. I got
Okay, 8 cap.
10.
Okay. You want to share the screen or shall I do it at my end? It's up to you.
No, sir, I did it. That's what I'm saying. You said to try now, sir.
8 cap, 12, 10.
10.
10, okay. Let us test it here. Let me share my screen. And what output you got? Let us check it. Print.
2, sir.
Okay. 8 cap 10 and print 8 or 10. Right here the results are okay. So here you can see the results are different. Why they are different? You can just practice somewhere how they are working.
Okay, if you come up with the doubts, then I can. You can learn much more things. It's not that I can't do it. So once we call the same, we continue to.
So operator precedence priority. Maybe okay, it's already 3:40. Let us end. We will not discuss any new topic here. If you have any questions, you can ask. So these topics will keep on coming again and again. As we proceed to newer topics, we'll again come back, explain the topic from that point of view, add some more to this, and then proceed. With this PPT, we'll keep on modifying as we introduce new topics. So now we know that there are no things, we will remove this. No logical operators, XOR, X and X node.
Will not ask the question for the next two students also, next year.
But there are bitwise operators like this. Where is cap? There is a bitwise XOR operator, but there is no logical XOR operator.
Everyone, if you are not expressive in words, type your message about the class.
We can also bring this into bitwise operators because they work on bits. Shift, another category shift operator. Okay. This we will see in some other session. For today, let us end it till this topic. Any questions? If you have practiced at your end and you want to display, you can inform.
Sir, for 8 double slash, I'm getting a syntax error, sir. Yes, sir. Unmute, sir.
Okay, sorry. So 8 double slash.
Nothing, sir. Ten,
Should
sir,
I?
10.
10. Acha. You're getting error. There is no quotient. Or let me don't use print at all. Let us see whether can we evaluate the expression and let it print it. So the Python interpreter is evaluating the expression, is also printing. We don't have to use print function. Will it do for everything or only for numbers? They have to be strings. No, let's check. Expression gets evaluated and it is displaying the output. If it is not expression, it is only a single literal. That is also it is printing. So default nature of interpreter is anything that you give expression, it gets the output of the expression is getting printed. So 5, you are not doing anything. The 5 is getting printed. Now if I type hello, it will find out what is hello. Is it a string? Not a string. Did you define it? Again, it is not declaration, it is defining. Did you define that variable? Means what? Did you allocate any value to, is it a variable first of all? No, you did not tell anything. So the interpreter doesn't know how to understand it. So it says name error. Whatever you have given, it is not defined.
Are we able to see? Are we able to see? What is this? See what is the name mark.